Hello, everybody. We are here at the Genesis 3 Stakes. We are finally here to see the end of pools and to see the final top cut. I'm very excited. I am Brickbat, joined by Looseless here, and we're here to watch an U Major.
Yeah, so this tournament is brought to you by OffKai Expo. So we're a VTuber convention. We have dates for July 24th to the 26th in this exact same venue. You can attend live concerts, attend the meet and greets of your favorite VTubers, and find your next Oshi. So you can also use the promo code GenesisX3 for $5 off for a full weekend membership. And this code actually expires next Monday, so register now at offkaiexpo.com and secure a badge today.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun for that, and I know all of you guys in the crowd can hear that ad read, and while I have the voice of God, I'm so happy to be able to communicate with all of you guys, both at home and here. And speaking of a little bit of communication, I think we're going to talk about a little bit about the rule set. I know that you guys might have listened to it before, but just to reiterate, we've got over 110 people participating here in pools trying to make that top cut. We're here on medium 2200, I believe. And everyone here has had about 30 days to prep their horses for this race. We've seen some pretty crazy horses as well. I think the Suzuka that we saw in the previous pool is on everyone's mind, the undefeated Suzuka on top of that, and Ogre as well, also in the back of everyone's mind. So we'll see if we see more of that front runner, runaway domination, or a little bit more of a variety here in this pool.
And there's some definitely strong players today, especially there's one player in particular, Perkui. He has a score of 6-0-0, which is actually criminally insane.
Yeah. It's a bit of disgusting. I believe Jackalaka did not come out completely faultless losing a race. So having a completely flawless race means that you are, I think, the undisputed #1 coming out of pools. So we'll see if we have anyone stepping up to that plate.
Definitely. I have my eyes on a few people. I was one of the people that actually helped develop the bracket and choose the conditions. So I have probably a very unique insight into this. But then overall, I think win conditions, everything is all actually going to be pretty set in place because you're looking at possibly just angling and scheming. You're looking at moving past and beyond, the standard late Surtur set. And then there's also always going to be Christmas Ogre because she's obscenely strong right now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely all horses to look out for. We've seen a couple wins from non-front runners, mainly in the back of my mind. I think the most recent one was the Dober. That was a horse that has some contention here, but definitely looking for the moving past and beyond. We're going to be looking for potentially some pump, some iron as well. I think a little bit more rare, but still obviously very, very strong. But for the backliners, that is what they have to really catch up. Obviously, if they get some carryover as well coming to the final spurt, that's going to be helpful as well. But as of right now, there's a bit of a gap right now, and it's up to those who run those backliners to really catch up, I think.
Yeah, definitely we're looking at we would actually really like to see some upsets.
Yeah.
Because I do know that some people have small bets with friends that some Umas will not win, but then some will actually just make it all the way through.
I'm very curious. I know that what was it? Sparks, I believe one of the players that we have in previous pool, they made the bet that if Christmas Ogre wins, he gets $100 from another top player here. Is that correct? Do I remember that?
No, actually, how it turns out is that he said that if Christmas Ogre does not win, he would give $100 to somebody. But then that's a really hard ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Then, when we're talking about the potential winners, I think prizes are also something that comes to mind as well, right? Just a quick overview. It's a reiteration. I know we went over it before, but $360 on top of some awesome merch and a pass for OffKai. It's going to be going to our first place. In second place, we'll have the Medjugorje McQueen statue, plus $180. And in third place, no badge, but a nice little plushie, and a little bit of $60. That's almost a AAA game nowadays.
Oh, yeah, definitely. but then sometimes AAA games actually might go for like 85. Thank you, Nintendo.
All good. But obviously, we got these prizes here for the players. I'd like to have any one of those. We'll see who ends up with those. We'll see if I can get a repeat as well. I don't know if the previous winner, NK, is here today for graded, but
He is definitely here for graded.
Okay.
I saw his name. I saw his name on the standings, and he should be competing in these pools.
hell yeah. So that guy will be looking for a twofer to complete the set and looking very, very strong as well, I believe, beating out Pick. And another top player in top 3 yesterday. So very strong Umas, very strong trainers, and I'm very excited to see what strategies we have out today with all the bars kind of removed away. There it is. Our player, singular. Hey, player. You there? Hi. Nice to be. Oh, he's locked in. He's ready. Oh, no, he's looking over.
Uno
Hi.
player.
I can wave at him.
Hello.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we're getting our trainers here up and ready, going to our our human paddock. Ooh, that was not a good parent run. I saw that. That's rough.
That is kind of rough.
Yeah. Oh, he's not our
Oh
trainer.
no.
They're not loaded up. There's it's empty. Oh no. Oh. Well, I guess we're figuring out where our players are. Just like the horses, the players have to come up to their paddock. And I've been trying to convince everyone all day to actually get in the mindset of the jockey. Like you gotta grab the reins and you gotta slap get the sides going. But no one's done it. No one's been brave enough to do it. And I hopefully today when I have again the voice of God, I could finally convince 3 trainers who are really into it to actually give us that immersion that I desperately seek.
Yeah, so I think the reason why they don't do that, it's because they actually don't have props for it. Having props for it is actually a really good way to get into that mindset, because if you're just like this, with tools in your hand, it actually just feels a lot better to the motions because it's like you're physically holding something. Like, imagine if you're like this.
Wait, I mean, I'm sure we can enable this, right? I know, obviously, we don't have we're over here at the caster's desk. I don't think I could toss it. That'd be a little dangerous.
No,
yeah,
that'd
probably
be dangerous.
But as we come up, the one player recognized Pick sent the Airbnb with that guy. Obviously, a very strong player, runner-up from yesterday as well. So definitely the guy to look at here. And
yeah.
I'm gonna see what his opponents have up, but they're gonna be loading into their paddock, their metaphorical paddock here. Because right now they're all locked in. Ooh, we got a Switch player here. Wait, is that a Switch on? Is Uma on Switch?
Nope, that's Steam Deck.
That's a Steam Deck. Oh, whoa, damn, that's awesome.
Yep, you can load Umamusume on Steam.
Huh. Well, Pick, I know you could hear me. You wave to the camera, can you? Hello, Pick. No, he's shaking. I know you can hear me, man. You're right there. No, I can't convince him. I can't convince him to jockey. I'm so sad. I'm so sad about this. I'm absolutely depressed. But what are you aware of the Pick strategy coming into this? Well, I mean, we'll see in a second. But what are you expecting maybe coming out of Pick for this one?
So yesterday we actually saw a specific composition from Pick where he was running solo ace, smart falcon in open bracket. He really tried for it, but then unfortunately he whipped the key skill, he got blocked, and then that was the end of it.
Right.
It happens.
It does. It does. And nowadays, too, with the fact that we are no longer rank capped or limit capped, we will have that wit to more consistently hit things like the taking the lead and being able to go out in front early and being able to basically take it as Smart Falcon does.
Yeah, definitely. Because of that, I actually expected to see some stronger Umas compared to what I've seen, since there were some Umas that I feel could have been stronger, but then it feels like they just with one really small component. Sometimes it really doesn't feel that you miss anything, but then when you start comparing to actual top players, oh, and here we are.
Yeah, we're going to be in game here. See TRM Opera, a Gold City, which is something that we are no stranger to, actually. We saw some good Umas on that Fortunately, though, does not meet that stamina cap, which I talked with some players, and the thing to look out for was that 650 stamina requirement. Obviously, the Keen Eye is going to help with that a little bit, but without that effective amount of stamina, it could be rough.
I think this is the wrong Uma.
Uh-oh.
Because this is a Mile Gold City.
Oh, you're right.
Oh my.
It's okay. You know, anything's possible. We'll see what they could do.
Yep, and then you see Pick and his Smart Falcon, that S rank right there. Look at those skills, look at that wit. Everything you need.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see a little more greens to guarantee the activation of groundwork, but then even then, that's left-handed, that's PPDD, prudent positioning, dodging danger, taking the lead. Pick does good work. Yeah.
Yeah, everything in the kitchen sink, but notably 630 stamina. That is something susceptible to losing sometimes, to dying on the final stretch.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
See if that happens. So I don't think there's any debuffers here in the lobby. I don't think any Dominators have shown up as well, and stamina debuffs are not something that people typically run, but that is still a possibility that Pick's going to have to look out for here.
Yep, definitely. And he's also running that Aishin Flash as well. That is actually his Oshi pick too.
Mm. Yeah, got to be backed up with a Rudolph as well. For the rest of the cast, though, we do have a bit of an interesting pick here. Machikane Fukukataru here from Techno Kairu, I think, is going to be very interesting to see. Not horse that we see a ton of. On the flip side, Exogri, Summer Marizensky from Kisaragi. Definitely something we've seen a lot of. So we'll see if the meta picks actually do come out on top yet again, or if Pick and Techno Kairu can do a little bit of a meta upset here, as the horses are now finally in the paddock.
And they're off. So we see two taking the lead and left-handed. That is the groundwork. That is everything needed for Smart Falcon to take the lead. But then I believe this may be a front dominator Rudolph because she's actually near the front of the pack.
Oh yeah, quite interesting. And this will be big as well here to assist that Smart Falcon for keeping that lead for the rest of the race. The Samu Marizensky going to be the only one to maybe contest that, but as of right now, Pick is looking great.
Yep, and then you also see Kisaragi Samaru just hovering in second. Oh, she's just been overtaken by the Rudolph right there. But then we also see the Opera O starting to move up a little bit, trying to keep a good distance and keep up the pace as well.
Yeah, and this Rudolph is actually way up ahead here. That Dominator is not going to hit anyone, as Pick is currently just is the only one up front right now. The Smart is actually going to be behind this Dominator, so maybe this is just the Rudolph that's trying to win. We see TM Opera O maybe moving up here in the final stretch as well as we approach that final corner.
Yeah, here's the Sparkly Stardom, and then I also noticed that his Aishin Flash is also moving up well into fourth right now. He should be hitting Angling and Scheming right about now, and we should see the Rudolph start to fall back about now as well.
And we'll see, and as you said, Angling and Scheming Professor of Curvature as well going to be proccing. Maybe not at the right time for the carryover, but the Smart Falcon is just running ahead in front of everyone. Aishin Flash going to be catching up as well. TM Opera O maybe looking to contest, but as of right now, this Smart Falcon has a huge distance, and it looks like no one else can even start to contest Pick Smart Falcon here. As we now enter the final stretch, Triumphant Pulse comes through for Aishin Flash. Maybe an opportunity to take over, but Smart Falcon stays strong. Aishin Flash maybe coming through, but it's not going to be enough. Smart Falcon in the lead the entire race and keeping the lead all the way to the end. Pick a dominant showing.
Yep. That Machikane Fukitaru actually did proc her skill. She was starting to move up, but then quite unfortunately, she got blocked on the corner and swung too far out and slowed down. Quite unfortunate, but as you can see, the Smart Falcon, a complete monster in its own right. Probably one of the hardest ones to beat in this pool. I definitely wouldn't like to face this.
Yeah, absolutely real. Not to mention this Aishin Flash as well. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Look at those stats.
So if you scroll up, you'll actually see that this Aishin Flash has every single unique in the parent tree. That's Special Week, Ogre Cap, Narita Brian, Major Dober, Anime Tokai Teo, and New Year TM Off-Row.
God.
Every single skill.
Talk about a supportive family. They really, yeah, they were all the parents that showed up. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely insane horse here in this Action Flash. I think the only even a minor criticism is not capping out on the speed, but when you have everything else that you have, it is just the complete package.
Honestly, capping out on speed with this kind of stat line, with these kind of skills, it's pretty much a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely disgusting. And that wasn't even the horse that won. This is still Smart Falcon's race that was able to stay in front the entire time.
Yup. Badok, if you're watching, Pick is doing this for you.
Yeah, a very, very strong showing. Obviously, Pick a strong showing yesterday, again, as that runner-up, but coming out with vengeance in this race, looking super duper dominant in race number 1, and an excellent start to your Swiss run here.
Yep, and this is actually the kind of thing that we're looking for from the players, because this is a quite dominant showing. He was in control the entire race. Ooh, is that an Agnes Digital ETA bag right there?
It is. Oh my gosh, they have so many Agnes Digitals. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's an ETA bag because it's painful to look at to see how much money they spent on it.
Wait, they've got I saw that. That was at the merch, the squeaker plush. Right? Like, they've got that up front. Yeah, squeak it for the mic. Yeah! Woo! Very excited to see that. That was awesome. I'm so glad we enabled the player microphone so I could specifically hear that. That's absolutely made my morning here.
But yeah, honestly, one day, would you like to make an ETA bag of your own?
I don't know who I'd make it for. I mean, would I make it? Maybe I'd make it for Beatrice from Grand Blue Fantasy Rising versus, because that's my main, and I like her design. Smile.
Careful, JC might steal that from you.
Oh yeah, he might. Oh man, but I suppose that'd be the. Well, I feel like you said this having your own answer locked and loaded. Do you have one?
Oh, definitely. I'm a Rice Shower main, tried and true.
Right. That's fair. Yeah, I hella respect that. It was like a whole wall. It was like a portable shrine, even, right? You could pray at it later to the digi gods. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, we've even got like our monk robes, obviously. You know, they're nothing
definitely.
else. That's what they are, monk robes. We're pilgrims. Awesome.
All I can say is, Oshi players are the strongest when they actually put in the time and effort, because they will actually stop at no cost to make their Uma succeed no matter what. Like, I'm making a dirt mile Rice Shower for the next champions meeting.
You are insane. Wait, what's Rice Shower's dirt altitude base?
G dirt, C mile.
Jesus Christ. That's awesome. I respect that. I do not have that strength. I don't.
It's okay. My other two Uma choices are actually the bog standard and the two most expected to win. It's just Taiki Shuttle and Smart Falcon.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you can't. It's not like you can roll up with 3 Oshis. That's just disloyal. Like, I get it. Playing by the books for one, and getting your favorite character in there. That's how it's supposed to be.
What are you talking about? This current champions meeting, I have a completely unconventional lineup.
What? What do you have? So wait, didn't you just say Smart Falcon and?
That's for next champions meeting. For this champions meeting, I have Halloween Rice Shower, Halloween Super Creek, and El Condor Pasa.
Okay, I mean, El Condor, pace or front?
Pace, unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, I feel like Halloween Super Creek. That one's hard. That's
G Sprint.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. I respect that. The Pasa, I know, has been getting quite a bit of discussion in CM9, especially as a front. You have it as pace, that's fair, but like, does that Digisan have like angel wings?
Yes, she does, because she's an angel that adores all Umas worldwide.
This is awesome. There's so many layers to this Agnes Digital like worship. I don't know what else to.
If you look at the headband, if you look at the Uma up top, everything is all Agnes Digital coded.
Wow, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I mean, I can only admire that amount of dedication. That's great. I love that.
Yep, the Yuri lover digital indeed.
Yeah. And the handshakes have been made, which makes me think that the horses will be in the paddock soon enough. Be starting in just a second here as we enter, I believe, our round 2 of Swiss for pools here at the Genesis Stakes.
Yep, and the players are looking hopeful. They're loaded in, and then we are looking at their choices.
Ooh, a little bit of variety here. Not the first time we've seen Grass Wonder, but not something that we've seen a ton. We've actually seen a lot of vodka for this competition for a bit. Yeah, you got here one of the players cheering there in the background. We've got a few vodka fans showing up here for Genesis Stakes, and then there it is, the digital.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Yep. Uma posting indeed.
Yeah. Stat line looking pretty good. Overstamped a little bit, but good skills, I think. Absolutely able to take it if needed. Has the pump some iron, straightaway adept, and everything you need to kind of go fast. And if you hit good carryover in the velocity, it's absolutely a Digitime that can run away with it.
Yep, definitely. And then over here we also see Citrux with his vodka. There's Reno with the Christmas Ogre cap as well. But then this composition from Citrux.
Interesting.
Yeah. We see this Ogre cat, but then look at that wit though. 385.
I don't know if they were you to pick it up, but that's so real. That's so real. I'm getting cheers of Jess hit. She's stupid, but she's fast, and that's all you need to win a race. Sometimes you just run it out, you thug it out, and you just take it, and that's exactly what this Christmas Ogre is going to be looking to do here.
It's okay. As long as she hits, that's all you need.
That's real. That's real.
Yep, and then we also see Agnes Digital right here. There's CM Opera O, Christmas Ogre. There's the Yuri pair that Agnes Digital's looking at with the Vodka Daiwa. And then there is going to be a Grass Wonder cheering from the back with Dominator.
Yeah, horses are going to be off now in the paddock in prep. Look at Digitan. She's so excited to be here. She's doing her jogs. She's locking in here, and we'll see. Eyes absolutely on this digital for me here this race.
Oh, definitely. I'm actually curious if this Ogre cap is actually going to hit. All right, she at least hits one.
Yeah, firm conditions here to at least start us out with a good note here. As of right now, though, Daiwa Scarlet going to be the one taking the lead here as the front runner. As the horses now try to figure out the position here early race.
That's interesting. That's an early Highlander and Rushing Gale from the Gold Ship. Huh.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think the acceleration here is not the most useful thing, but importantly here, this is an air groove that is looking to stamina check the rest of the lobby, but it's a little bit unfortunate because the opponents are Christmas Ogre, and I remember that Digitan was very tanky in that HP department.
Yeah, and the thing about Shukyo 2200 is that it's really hard to understand this because if you're smart enough, if you have high enough wit, it doesn't matter because there's an extremely long downhill with you save stamina on. So 600 is doable, but very sketchy. There's Anchor the way right here from the Gold Ship. And she's moving forward right now. Everybody's just packed together in the back with the Daiwa Scarlet just out all in front. She's looking to hit that Resplendent Red Ace. She wants to hit the Angling and Scheming. Will she hit it? Will she hit it?
See in just a second as right now it's going to be Christmas Ogre rocking the Festive Miracle, now looking to overtake. Daiwa Scarlet now finally past the final corner, but these Ogres are now approaching. Daiwa Scarlet already overtaken. We're not even past the final corner just quite yet, but Gold Ship, look out, a little wide, but still proccing those skills. We finally have the hesitant Edwards come through, though. Daiwa Scarlet, though, maybe looking to take back the lead. This Christmas Ogre, though, hot on her heels. Digitan, though, maybe looking to make a little bit of an upset here. It's going to proc, get past the Ogre here, not going to get past the Daiwa, going to get not past Daiwa Scarlet. Daiwa Scarlet holds on just barely. We'll see these results in just a second. But that was close.
That is number 9, Daiwa Scarlet, by a nose, beating out the Agnes Digital. Quite unfortunately, she was sniffing their behinds.
A little bit too much of an Uma stand to win, unfortunately.
Quite unfortunately.
Yeah.
Exactly. That Ogre Cap was too stupid to win this race.
Yeah. I know that Iowa Scarlet, though, had some good procs at the end, had the stats to do it. A little bit low on the wits end, but hey, I mean, sometimes you just gotta hit. You just hit it.
Yep, all you have to do is just hit. But then I would have to say, Citrus with the Yuri comp right there. I have to approve.
It's Daiwa's only able to do that because Vodka was trash talking her before the race. That's just what they do. It's like, hey, I think you look terrible today. And they're just like, all right, I'm going to win now. And that's exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah, all you have to say is, Ichiban dakara.
Yeah. Well, that was our second race here of pools. Congratulations to Citrix, who's now taken that here with it, Iowa Scarlet. Already we're seeing front runners come back. Not the front runners that we're used to seeing. Obviously, Smaru is the one that comes to mind. Seiyun Sky as well, looking really good in the previous pools in the previous day. But another front runner victory though, so kind of solidifying that meta that we've seen. But no Christmas Ogre win this time.
Yep, I have to say that front runners, they're really strong if you know how to play them correctly. They are supposed to be the highest ceiling in Umamusume if you actually play it properly. And that doesn't change for a while until we get to like the later stages where we get like El Contrapasso Speed SSR, because that's where late surgers and pace chasers, they actually get check, which is an obscenely strong acceleration skill for like medium to long races. And that's where they start to shine. But right now, it is just Front Runner Central and Christmas Ogre.
Well, we'll see if anyone else is able to step up to that play. The Digitan from that previous round almost had it. Almost really had it, by nose even, right? And we'll see, though. That means it is possible. Miracles can happen. It's always in the cards, maybe. Even.
Miracles can definitely happen. But then, at the same time, miracles may also just never hit.
Especially if they have 360 wit. All good, though, you know?
I'll have you know, she may be dumb, but she's not that dumb. She was 385.
Oh, of course. My bad. Of course. Only held back 1 year, not 2. That's a big distinction to make in these situations, of course. That's okay. All right. Got the, let's see. I feel like these three trainers here, what's their story? I know I briefly met Omi earlier. They flashed their Monster Energy can earlier. I saw that. That was part of it was part of the aesthetic because they're wearing like the black and white sweater.
Monster.
Yeah, and the white monster like fits with that, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I do know that Omi in particular is very strong.
Yeah. We'll see if these other two contenders come up. What's that plushie? It's obfuscated by the water bottle. I can't see it. Do you recognize it?
That plushie, I actually can't quite tell.
Yeah, I can't tell. See, something that I've come to respect, right, is that horses show up, with their outfits. They're dressed up in their G1 racing gear. But not every trainer shows up in their G1 racing gear. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes they don't. But I think Omi right now, that's G1 racing gear. That's fashion, you know?
Yep, that is his battle outfit.
Yeah.
And we see Omi,
right,
Motley Pounder, and Matt Mario.
Mario! Woo!
Especially here for Genesis.
This is gonna be awesome. This is a great lobby already. I could tell, and we have some different. Oh, they're denying it already. No, this will be a great lobby, guys. You're on the spotlight now. I hope you guys are feeling the pressure because it will not stop. And we've got some of the greats here. Ogre recap, right? But we actually have a very late to end centric lobby here. We have the Dober, the Goldfish, the Grass Wonder, the Ryan already.
Yeah, but then
front
if you look at this, it's going to be one runaway, one Summer Maru. And then everybody else is just one pace. The rest are late end.
Yeah, we'll see. The Suzuka, though, obviously, bowling ball Suzuka, they're
Yeah.
debuff, they're to block, not going to have the stamina to make it through, not going to have the speed to even contest that first place position. So we'll see what can happen from it. But with only one front runner, Smaru is looking pretty good here, right?
Oh yeah, she's definitely looking to get that rod. I have to say though, looking at this Dober and Ryan, I do think that they have a good chance, but then it also depends on, does Esmaru overtake at the proper time, and will that bowling ball knock down all the bowling pins?
We'll see. We'll see, because there's definitely, they're all kind of like lined up right now, and well, that can do a lot of damage here, especially for those who try to stay by the rail and don't swing out. But if you swing out, obviously you've got more race to run, and that could affect your time as well. So horses in the paddock, very curious to see how this lobby will go. Distinctly different from a lot of the races that we've seen so far today. And we'll see if any of these late searchers or end closers, if any of them are going to be able to break the mold here in this race.
Yup, and we're seeing them go off now. That is actually the runaway coming through. The Ogre with the Winter Runner. Uma scan from Mega Ryan, so she can actually break out of the pack a little bit, but then who knows how she ends up, because she is actually at the front of the rear pack.
Interesting. We'll see. As of right now, the Suzuka obviously going to be in front right now with that runaway. Not going to be there for too much longer, especially as we start approaching the mid-game and the final corner. But as of right now, the two Christmas Ogres are going to be the one leading the pack in the back here.
Yep, and then we actually see this Mega Ryan actually pushing up really hard, because this Dober is all the way in the back, but this Mega Ryan is actually keeping pace with the Pace Chaser Ogres right here. And then we see Sauceless's Ogre just start to push up a little bit. Then there's Omi's Ogre like right behind it. They're actually in really good position, but then at the same time, how will these fronts extend their lead? Because this is still a sizable gap at the moment.
Yeah, big curious to see how this will end, as we are seeing our Festive Miracle proc decent time as well as we enter into the final corner. Kiss for Courage procced a little bit too early, which makes Smaru's run here a little bit scary, as now Meteorodomer is going to proc her Unique as well. All-Seeing Eye is going to come through to maybe debuff, but all the backliners are really starting to run out here.
The Dober,
as we go through the final stretch, we see someone running up. It's going to be number 5. The Dober is going to be approaching here, but in front of her is going to be a Festive Ogre. It's now going to feel like it comes down to those two. Smaru going to be out of the race here. The front runner's not going to be the one keeping the lead right now. But it's a 3-man dead heat, the two Ogres and the Dober, but the Dober is going to maybe be peeling ahead here. Straight away out of is going to give her the edge here in this final portion of the race, and it's going to be Meteorodomer, the one to take it all here in this late-centric lobby. Dober is going to be the one taking this win here.
I have to say, I noticed that Dober, I noticed that Ryan, they had extremely strong ratings. We didn't get to quite see those stat lines, but then this Dober won by 1.5 lengths. That's actually quite the achievement, especially in a lobby like this. Can we look at the Dober?
Oh,
and here we go. The gate cats.
Whoa.
What?
That's interesting. This is a Map Mario sweep as well. Damn, look at the Map Mario go. All three of the backlines
Yeah,
here.
look at this. He's actually on the cusp of S+ with that Dober as well. And then this Ogre almost capped split, capped speed, capped everything. Quite strong, quite fearsome.
Yeah, wow. Amazing stat lines from all three of these horses. Pretty much everything that you want and a little bit more for extra as well. Just impressively built horses. This Matt Mario, bit of a trainer. Bit of a trainer here, as you might call him.
Oh, definitely. I have to say, this is actually quite surprising, considering that I know Omi, and then Matt Mario is just here sweeping this entire match.
Yeah.
It's rare to see a 1-2-3 placement from anybody, especially over here in Genesis, because everybody has different compositions. There's debuffers, there's hybrids, there's going to be triple aces, but then it's really hard to actually hit that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. You're looking for that 1-2-3 placement for that trifecta. obscene stat line. You're looking for like all those buff Umas right there that Ryan had almost capped power. That was 1160. And then you're also looking at really high wit to hit all your skills. You're also looking for an entire multitude of skills as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very impressive. And I mean, that Christmas Ogre, I think was mentioned, that was an Ogre that was kind of stomping a lot of other top players in scrims before Genesis, I believe, too, correct?
Yes, that Ogre was actually stomping a lot of top players. I do know that it had like an 80% win rate against some people, but then over here, people keep their Umas like close to their chest, or they do a lot of scrims like in public lobbies because people are making Genesis public scrim lobbies, and you can actually see like how it affected people because we're actually not seeing as many Christmas Ogres as like I thought because we're only seeing like 1 or 2 per lobby when I thought that everybody would at least have one because she is just the standout. But then everybody is just like, okay, Dober, Ryan, Fronts, and Ogre. And those are like the 4 main components to every team so far.
Matt MF Mario, the man himself, just comes in and he demolishes with some of those picks in those scrims. And Dover looking really good, that Ryan looking really good, even though it didn't take it. And that is a kind of a trainer that as of right now is going to be, I think, on everyone's radar coming into this for the rest of this pool, basically.
Yep, and I'll be keeping an eye out on him to see if he actually 6-0s his bracket because the only person that has done that so far is Perkui, and Perkui actually is a monster.
Yeah. Yeah, so some monsters in the making here at Genesis. We do see some players lining up again. We've got our next race coming up in just a moment here. But in the meantime, I'm glad to see the backliners are going to come through. I'll say it. No G1 outfit so far. That's okay, though.
It's okay. Sometimes you don't need G1 outfits.
Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes you just need to win. We'll see right now. Right now, we see both the players getting in the lobby, waiting on their third, I believe, to come in just a second. We'll see if that happens. But in the meantime, what are your thoughts so far on the results that we've seen?
So far, I actually think that it's relatively what I was expecting coming into this because I was actually expecting to see a lot of like creative strategies, a lot of front runners, and a lot of lates and ends, specifically because Chukyo is a track where it's the third corner out of acceleration zone. So you're looking at getting like final corner cells. And because of that, you're actually limited in your choices.
Interesting. We'll see what these players come out. I don't know if we've had, I guess the third is not going to be here. Instead, we're going to get a little bit of a cameo from some of the NPC. Uma's Moist Eyes, Read Poetry, Vihuela Rhythm. It's going to be the ones showing up here. Unfortunately, probably not much of a chance. I think they entered the wrong league. Their open was yesterday, and we're in graded, so we see a bunch of S Umas here showing up in those other 6 spots. Let's take a look here at the picks as well. Oh, Enki. That's Enki, our previous winner from yesterday's Open League with Amara Zensky here. Take a look.
That's monstrous.
Whoa, yeah, very crazy stat line here. Stammed to the 9s, almost capped out speed, almost capped out, effectively capped out wit. All the stamina in the world to survive those debuffs, and not to mention a nice little 800 power cherry on top. Take a look here at these skills. Very good as well. Corner recovery, going to be there to proc a Kiss for Courage, but not the 777, which I think is the recovery that's, I believe I've heard many players say that it's the optimal one to have on this race to get the perfect Kiss for Courage proc, but still, obviously, very, very good, though those greens are a little bit interesting.
Yeah, so right in sight, you can actually see the #1 favorite's probably going to be another front runner. That's usually how it is, so it's actually pretty okay to see how it. Oh, #1 favorite's actually the Rudolph and late.
Oh wow. Yeah, very interesting. Rudolph again, very well statted. Not as much as Marzensky, but still actually has that 900 power. That extra 100 power, I feel like, can come in clutch in a lot of different situations. But importantly here, on your left as the gambling skill, so this is going to be a late surge of Rudolph, and it's not going to proc that target in sight to the Maruzenski.
Yeah, I noticed that this Rudolph is also a hybrid. She has Dominator, so because she'll be in the back, she'll actually get that Dominator off. But then because they're NPCs, will she actually hit it though?
A little bit scary to think about, as we are getting into the paddock very, very soon. Enki looking to maybe continue his run from yesterday. It's Calling going to be our third player here. Let's see if any of these NPCs will give the other trainers a bit of a hiccup, as we now are going to be going into the gates.
Honestly, I'm rooting for Read Poetry. She can go the distance.
Anything is possible. They don't even have the pictures. They're not even showing up in here. They didn't even register the photos. They just got their very impromptu taken photos here to register. But the rest of them, they're all looking good. And
Yep, there are walk-ons.
yeah, basically. Right now, horses are going to be lined up here in the paddock, and we'll see them off in just a second.
And we are off. That is time with Suzuka just going over. That's concentration, runaway, and all the green skills from everybody. We're looking at an extremely front-heavy lobby because that is a front Ogre cap as well.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I saw the taking the lead on the Ogre, and I was like, wait, what? Wait a second here. Moxie's going to proc as well. One of the crucial recovery skills to hit for Festive Miracle, but as of right now, it's going to be the Suzuka taking the lead, maybe looking to deny any rod that Smaru or this Ogre wants to get.
Yep, and then we're actually seeing this Grass Wonder remaining around the back. So she's actually 8th place right now. It could be better, but then its calling is just like all the way in the back. We don't need to care about them at the moment. And then we see the Ogre cap in 7th as well. Number 7 hanging around in the 4th position right there. There's a front nose going off. There's a kiss for Courage right here from the Saga Maru.
Kiss for Courage a little bit early, I believe, but as of right now, still a good velocity proc to get to maybe contest with this Ogre and Suzuka coming into the final corner. You see right now the frontliners are going to be exchanging places. Suzuka now going to be falling behind. Professor of Curvature, actually a very good rock here from both of them. Festive Miracle as well. Actually perfectly timed here coming into the final corner. This is an Ogre that's potentially going to rocket away, but Maruzenski is holding on for now as we go through the final corner. The pace Ogre, though, not to be counted out right now. Angling Scheming going to go to the way of the front, though, as now the Ogres are going to be the two in contention here. Maruzenski just going to be brushed aside, I think. No, all I've got maybe procking to keep Maruzenski in the lead. It's going to be a three-way dead heat again between the two Ogres and the Maruzenski. Maruzenski and Ogre now pulling ahead of the pace, but as we enter the final stretch, who's going to take it? It's going to be the Christmas Ogre taking it here. I believe the front one is going to be the one taking it.
That is actually Enki's in number 7. Taking it by 3/4 of a length. The pace Ogre actually has a higher speed cap. And that is the one I was looking at because front Ogre works. But then you see this is the 2, 3, 4 position. Ooh, actually no, this was.
Wow. Yeah, it was the pace Ogre. It was the pace Ogre that actually took it here. That's an angling scheming on the pace.
Yeah, so you can actually get angling scheming on paces if you're aiming to overtake any fronts. But then that was a triple front composition that did get overtaken. And then because there's so many corners on Chukyo, like it's corner 3 then corner 4, you actually have an extremely long time to actually hit angling and scheming. All you have to do is hit.
All you have to do is hit. It's just that simple. And not to mention, right, the stats on that, we're looking a little scary. That was a 688 power on that Ogre that won. Or 683 even. I mean, that's impressive. Yeah, I mean, damn, just hit, bro. It's just that simple, I guess. And that angling scheming proc, I guess, coming through perfectly, and a good Festive Miracle proc as well. I had to carry over, and sometimes it's just all you need.
Sometimes all you need to do is hit.
Yep.
Sometimes all you need is a downhill to lessen power requirements, lessen stamina requirements, and then you just hit.
Damn. And now you just upset the guy that won yesterday. You just stick that.
Ooh. Yep. Unfortunately, it wasn't Enki that won this match. She is actually taking one loss today for second place.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a scary situation, especially as we're entering the second half. I believe we're on our fourth race now. This is going to be halfway through the pool, basically that halfway mark. If you are not at a positive win rate, it's looking a little scary right now coming into the back half of this pool here.
Definitely. We're actually going to be looking at players that really know what they're doing. Since Umamusume, it's not the horse that's stupid, it's the trainer that's stupid. Umamusume is a wit game, and as the players are saying, it's not all fun and games because they're aiming to win.
Yeah, and we talk so much about your horse hitting, but sometimes you got to hit the books.
Oh, you got to do research.
Yeah, you got to study up yourself, and we'll see which trainers coming out here have taught who have hit the books and have studied. So right now, hey, I mean, that guy got upset. I mean, that guy must have hit the books. His books must be absolutely bruised.
Oh yeah, sometimes some horses, they just hit on miracles, they win, and that's all they need. It doesn't matter if you win like 90 times out of 100. If you don't hit that if you hit that 10%, oh, whoops.
Hey, all good. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's a little bit of gambling. And what is life without a little bit of gambling, you know?
I love gambling. That's why I run Umas that need 2 spark hits in order to actually hit my aptitudes.
Well, huge shout out to gambling, but as we go into our pool here, our next thing, I think I heard players talking about Daiwa Scarlet and Vodka. This is the Daiwa Scarlet Vodka trainer I think we saw earlier.
This is Citrux, the Yuri composition.
Yeah, and was able to take it in that previous race. We'll see if the twofer can come out on stream here as they are getting in the lobby. And look at that, they are discussing strategies coming in this race.
That is Mithras, Citrux, and Iturani. I'm actually interested in that Midiro Dober because that's an S+.
Yeah, gotta have the most effective stats here. The number 2 favorite as well. Just number 1 to this, what looks to be an Ace Suzuka as well.
Yep, this is definitely an Ace Suzuka. You can actually tell because this is maxed out on wit. It looks like she's maxed out on speed as well. You can tell by the double circles actually because they actually signify like which stats are prioritized. And then quite unfortunately, we seem to have 2 really big fishes in a small pond.
Yeah, we'll see what can happen here as right now, Citrix and Iturani, I think they're going to be the ones to look at here in this lobby. Mithras maybe could win. You know, sometimes you just hit 2.
Sometimes you just don't hit. Shout out to that one Victoria Frontier player that lost to 900 speed Manhattan Cafe in DM Finals.
That's rough.
That was really rough.
Yeah. Sometimes that just happens, but we'll see if that could happen again here at the Genesis Stakes. We are lining up, and again, I think that Suzuka, that Dover, like you mentioned, are going to be the horses to look out for. We'll see, though, if the Ogre Cap will be able to take another one.
Yep, we're definitely seeing some creative compositions here. I actually want to see, I want to look at this Midro Dover for a second.
See if we could bring it up, but I think, they're not going to bring it up. We have to go into this blind. That's okay, because what is life without gambling? And sometimes you have to gamble. We can envision the stat line, right? Like what I'm seeing, like a 1,190 speed Dover and a 900 power.
Oh, and there we go.
Dang.
It is actually going to be the skills causing that S+ right here. Look at that power, look at that stamina. She is not dying on this track whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, this is everything that you need. I think all the excels, all the mid-race, all the accelerations that you need. This is a very solid horse, I think, and a horse that can absolutely take it. You just gotta hit here.
Yup, and quite fortunately, Midrodover has her own unique, so just obscenely strong. That's why we see Dober being run quite frequently. We actually only see one Christmas Ogre cap in this lobby, which is actually surprising because it looks like Mithras is running a Cinderella Grey composition, or looking to be one, because Cinderella Grey is going to be Ogre Cap, Telemo Cross, and Super Grey for the big three.
We'll see. We'll see if the power of anime is able to take this one here from Mithras. Because now we are getting into our match here. Horses are going to be lining up, and we'll see what they have to offer here in this race.
Yep, what we're looking for is the Suzuka to just hit the books, hit the tracks, and maintain her lead. But will she maintain her lead in the face of this Daiwa Scarlet and this Vodka?
Yeah, we shall see. There's the #1 favorite, right? The Suzuka here, which
The #2 favorite as well, the Metro Dover.
Yeah, those are the horses to look out for. Again, they're statted to the 9s, and they've got all the skills that they need to consistently win races. So every other horse, I think, in this lobby is looking to maybe take that upset here.
All right, wait for it, and we're good. And that is the Suzuka propping everything right off the bat. That is runaway concentration taking lead, but then she may have whiffed the groundwork.
Yeah, and I actually heard a late start there, which means that frenzied pace chasers might actually have meant something here from the debuff for Grass Wonder here.
Yeah, you can actually see this right here. There's actually a lot of fronts, but the Suzuka is so far in front that it's actually crazy. If you see this, like, the gap on the ticklet right there, that lead is extended way too far because that is going to be really hard to catch up if she actually keeps this pace.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary, but we see there on the far right of the screen for just a moment, Daiwa Scarlet may be looking to catch up here, but that is a massive distance to overcome for any horse. But if there is a horse that can't do it, it's going to be this Ogre Cap in the Daiwa Scarlet as we are entering the second half of our race.
Yep, and we're looking at this Ogre Cap just started putting it on through. That's White Lightning coming through from the Tamamo Cross to try to keep up. But then we see this Ogre Cap just pushing further and further and further to see if she can actually overtake the Suzuka right here. Because we should be hitting angling just about now.
Yeah, Festive Miracle as well, going to give a lot of carryover, and there it is. Christmas Ogre has pulled ahead. The Suzuka nowhere to be seen. It's just Christmas Ogre all the way through. Vodka maybe to look a little bit for contention, but it's just Christmas Ogre all the way in the final straight. Christmas Ogre is going to be taking this in a dominant fashion, and the rest of the horses are absolutely nowhere. They're taking a chill pill. They know they've lost this one. Christmas Ogre is going to take it all the way to the final line, and an entire length of time, an entire screen between that Ogre and the rest of the cast here in this race. The most dominant performance I think we've seen so far this pool.
Yup, that is 5 lengths. She's definitely clips first, and the rest are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, it was looking a little rough. I thought I saw a line of which they were all in Narnia. They had gone through the closet, and Ogre was the only one who was on the track, it felt like, at the end.
Yup, that's actually a late Ogre because Be Still is a late Surger-specific recovery. But yeah, look at this. That's Festive, Iron, moving past, Be Still. Everything except for No Stopping Me. Yeah, and hit all 3 of the stamina to get that Festive Miracle, which I think was perfectly procced, like right before the acceleration zone to get as much carryover as possible. And on top of that, right, with Ogre, you just don't have to hit that stamina requirement because you're running 3 recoveries, so you can go 50 to 60 under and just be totally fine. Technically, 4 recoveries. Festive Miracle does double as a recovery as well. Of course. It's not as strong as its other components, but then sometimes all you need is to be really smart and be really fast, and that's all you need to win, especially with a comp like this, where you're looking at just having a lead, making sure that your Suzuka is actually in the lead so you can overtake her because you're just obscenely strong. You push up really far. That's all you need to win. You don't need anything else. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at that point,
it's not just hit. You just like hit is guaranteed. You just go for it, and that is exactly what happened. We'll see. As we are getting into our next race here, they're going to be loading into lobby very quickly as the X-Ogre domination continues. I think we've been on a little bit of a streak here.
Oh, definitely. We are looking at this streak continuing all the way through. Who knows if it'll be upset, but then I know all the strongest players, they have an X-Ogre.
Yeah.
It is just a fact of life. There's three ways. There's three guarantees in Umamusume at this moment. It is, you will not hit your inspirations, you will not hit your spark inheritances, and then there will be an X-Ogre in your lobby ready to defeat you.
Yeah, a man who works hard can never beat a man who runs Xmas Ogre. I think that's kind of the moral of the story here so far. And as we have the trainers in the back. I'm going to do it again. Guys, trainers, I know you can hear me. Hi, I'm waving at you. Hello. Hello, trainers. Can you hear me? Hi. Hi, I want some excitement from you three. Come on, we got to get in the moment. You guys are jockeys right now. Yeah! Finally, some life from the players. I'm so excited. We're going into the backstretch here of pools, guys. We are in our last few races here for these people that are going to make top cut. Their lives are on the lines. Have you ever ran? Have you ever ran with your life on the line?
No, but they're definitely running right now with $360 on the line.
Oh, yeah.
And a figure. And a badge.
That's a lot. I mean, that's effectively like a life, you know, when you have it. I mean, if I showed up to the party, to the function, without my Ogre statuette 1-to-7 ratio, I think, I'd be made fun of. And you know what? The people that made fun of me would be right. They'd be right because I didn't win it. And that's
right.
Exactly what's going to happen here. Whoever loses this, they're going to get laughed at the party. We're going to laugh at them.
We won't laugh at them, but then we'll definitely look at them like you're not the winner.
Yeah.
You didn't top cut at Genesis.
Yeah, we'll have to be all like pitiful. Just be like, oh, you tried your best, you know, tried your best, squirt, champ. Like, good job, man. Like, get him next time.
Congratulations, you get a hand clap. Not even participation medal or trophy.
That is exactly what's happening. I heard the words "mommy pounding" from the trainers here. They were absolutely talking about that. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love mommy pounding or mommy pounder. That's the name. That's the name. Good job, man. It's gonna be, we'll see if they're gonna show up here. You know, talk about it might be firm. That might be the weather's, but I'm thinking we're looking for some wet conditions here coming up here in this race. We'll see if that actually happens though, and I think
Definitely
mommy pounder
not.
looking to maybe show up here in this situation. All right, I'm very excited. This is the first group of trainers to be truly excited. Look at that. Oh, he's praying. He's got he's full on sending it. He's like Jesus, or whatever I pray to you, man. Like, Lord help me on the field today. He's got it. All the crosses. He's got his. I mean, he might pull out some prayer beads. I don't know. This is awesome. See, these guys are invested. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. The true excitement in the back half of pools here.
Oh Lord, three ancestors, please give me strength. The three answers of all Umamusumes, please give me strength. I want to win this.
Yeah, let's see if their prayers are going to be answered. We're going to be, I believe, loading in a paddock very, very soon. But I'm going to say it's a very big showdown here. It's God on one hand, Mommy Pounder on the other. We'll see if that can actually.
I definitely know who is going to be the favorite.
Yeah, there is Mommy Pounder in the flesh. But we've got some new Umas here. Mayano Top Guns as the #1 favorite here. Not something that we've seen before, actually.
And it's an end Maya, too. Look at that power. You can tell that this one is actually going to try to make it through, but then where he excels, it's just a flashy landing.
Yeah, a little bit scary. Got the no stopping me, which is a little bit, obviously. It's gonna be better, absolutely better than nothing. But no S medium, which is a little bit scary to have, but does have some nice
speed and power to maybe make up for it. We're a little bit low, but this is still a Maya that could maybe take it here.
Yep, it's also on the cusp of S+. That straightaway sprint is going to be a bit late on this track, unfortunately. But then I do understand that name. All soon, no dairy. I am slightly lactose intolerant myself.
I am as well, but I choose to live life like I'm not, which means that unfortunately I have a lot of bad evenings. But that's okay, you know? Because
it's okay. Cheese is delicious, I understand.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta thug it out and maybe understand that the bacteria in your gut cannot control who you are as a person.
Yep. And what I also want to see is, I want to see these 3 players in the bottom corner. I want to see them up and galloping on the final straight.
Let's go. 3 traders. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's get into character here. Come on. You are on the horse right now. That's you on the horse right there. That's you in the paddock. They just can't see you because they didn't render you because you're too powerful. And now the horses are at the gate. They're going to be off in just a second. There they are.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. See, there, one of them did it. Like, come on, let's go. And we've got the prayers coming through. We've got the jockeys, they're jockeying. The energy is high here coming out at the start of the race.
All right, and that's Agnes Digital, those gold chips, the Uma stands, the super stands, and they see this nice nature. It looks like a debuff nice nature, actually, going on with all the videos, trying to see if they can just make sure all the stamina gets depleted before the end, but then quite unfortunately, a lot of the Umas in this race quite overstand. We saw that Maya Mataka, we see all these recoveries coming out, we see this progressive curvature from the Agnes Digital trying to make it through. That is a number 6 in the 3rd spot, but then she's falling back all the way because she paced up way too much.
Yeah. And notably, look at this gold ship in 3rd. Where are you positioned? You're not going to get your anchors away proc here. That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, but then this lobby is all late and ends. Like, we see this.
Yeah, and it looks like one of our traders unfortunately put their child's college education here on the line, as now the final corner comes near. Festive Miracle going to proc at a good time for this Festive Vagaries. The accelerations are going to come through. Pump some iron here for the Grass Wonder, but it's actually going to be Gold Ship out of nowhere. Where's this Gold Ship come from? Where is she going? She's looking to overtake Daiwa Scarlet, and maybe the Ogre Recap Revenge of Curvature is going to come through as well. But Gold Ship, you are in Narnia. Where are you right now? Ogre Recap, though, going to maintain the lead. Grass Wonder here just to make a cameo. It's going to push her way up, but maybe not a chance yet. Grass Wonder going to come through, maybe overtaking. She's going to come through. She's going to do it. Grass Wonder is going to be the one to make it through. And there he is. Little Timmy's going to college. The trainer has won the prize. Grass Wonder, you've sent a child to college today.
Mommy Pounder decided to make her dues. She gave the trainer a visit, made sure her kids went to college. They're not just pursuing their bachelor's, they're getting a master's and PhD right here.
Oh, absolutely. All the funds of the world. And what is that? I mean, this grass.
Remember, if you hit, you hit. And that's all you need.
You just hit. Let's go. I mean, Mommy, I don't know about you, Mommy MF Pounder here in the flesh. Hit your on your left, hit all the excels. It was looking good. The gold shape was moving up. That's an end closer that hit all her stuff as well. And despite that, Mommy Pounder is coming through here on the Grass Wonder.
Yep, and then we see this. All soon, no dairy with a gold ship that looks like it was plucked straight from a champion's meeting, because that is a long S, long quarters. This is not made for Genesis. What are you doing here?
Wait, was that a super lucky 7? Did this gold ship, was that gold ship in the 7th paddock?
No, that gold ship was not in the 7th paddock.
He just gambled. He just went for that. Well, whew, that was exciting. I'm very happy we brought the energy here. That's the type of energy I want to see to close out pools. Shout out Mommy Pounder. I love you, Mommy Pounder. Woo!
Come on, Mounty Pounder. You sent your kids to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Be proud.
Mommy Pounder Jr. is going to college of his choice. Exactly what you want to see, and that's the energy I want to see coming out from the crowd. It was there, the potential's there, and people are here. We're all Uma stands at the end of the day, and I'm very excited to see all the skills hit IRL.
Yep. Remember, hit the books, be smart, train your Umas properly, and make sure that if you're a mommy, all you have to do is give your trainer a visit, give them a little extra, because this guy, Mommy Pounder, definitely did.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see what Mommy Pounder can do. Hopefully, Mommy Pounder makes top cut, and we'll see him again in top 27. But I believe we're at the end of our block, and the energy's looking good. I'm excited to see the final pool come through. But before we part, is there any wise words of wisdom you want to get the crowd?
I have one very specific thing to say. Destin, that was an absolute specific target to you. You're welcome.
Well, if your name is Destin and you're at home, I want you to feel targeted. I want you to feel uncomfortable because Looseless, his all-seeing eyes have seen you specifically, and they are here to debuff you today. But once again, shout out to all the Uma players here. They came up, they showed up, and congratulations to whoever made it out of pools. But for now, Brickbat and Looseless, we're gonna be signing off in just a moment.
Yeah, we'll be signing off, but you'll see me again later.
Woo! Yeah, the lights to